If you're getting a bit tired of XRP not making any moves, then I think you've hit the jackpot with this video. I've got 7 altcoins for you in this video that I believe are headed towards an astronomical surge. And these 7 altcoins seem ready to redefine crypto. And if you remember a few days ago, I tipped you off to a coin called Seek, C-E-E-K. And just a couple of days after that, it rose 26%. And that was an altcoin that's outside the top 100 that has the potential to be in the top 20 position. I've been in crypto for several years at this point, and there's one thing I do know, and that's how to spot potential. So let's dive in. These are 7 tokens that are judged based on one single criteria, and that criteria is based on developer interest. As we all know, with all these blockchains, developers have to be building on these blockchains so that we can see new features and so that we can see an increase in the price of the assets on those blockchains. So my rankings here today are based on what is called a commit. So let's first get into that. All the blockchains, or at least all the open source blockchains, are all hosted on GitHub. Now on GitHub, you can see all the code for all the different blockchains. You can also see when that code changes. Now, every time a developer goes into that blockchain and makes a change or an update, that counts as a commit. So one would believe that the more commits you have, the more work is being done on that blockchain, the more chance that that blockchain has of going up in value. Therefore, the tokens underneath could also go up in value. Just because you have high level of commits doesn't mean what the developers are doing is any good, but it does show that they're working on it. And blockchains that aren't being worked on have no chance of increasing. So it's making a calculated guess based on how many commits these blockchains have. I'm going to work my way from the lowest commits to the highest commits. Let's go. First on the list is Audius. That's A-U-D-I-O. And in the last month, they've had 9,995 commits. They're really working on this blockchain heavily. Audius works within the music streaming space and actually provides payment to artists using the blockchain. And they're really not just about streaming, they're actually about revolutionizing the whole music industry. Now, what's really interesting is in August 2021, Audius partnered with none other than TikTok. And that allowed users to directly share their songs from Audius onto TikTok. And this is the first time TikTok has ever partnered with anyone in the decentralized space. And next up, we have ARB, Arbitrum. Arbitrum came in at 11,918 commits in the last month, and it's a rising star in the Ethereum layer 2 space. And what it has is something called off-chain computation. And because of this off-chain computation, it allows it to scale incredibly fast. So the only way Ethereum can grow is by these layer 2s having massive scalability, and Arbitrum is right there ready for the taking. Now recently, Arbitrum partnered with Reddit. How, you might be wondering? Well, they chose Arbitrum for their community point system. As you know, whenever you post in there, you can be upvoted, and there's a point system with basically showing posts to new users. Well, they're using Arbitrum underneath to do all of that. This decision by a major social media platform should not go unnoticed. Next up, we have IOTA. The ticker for this is MIOTA. And it has 12,172 commits in the last month. And IOTA is pioneering the way into Internet of Things. It's absolutely free to transact on, and it really looks at how blockchain is integrating with everyday objects. IOTA recently partnered with none other than Dell Technologies, and they partnered with them for real-time data tracking. And if a company like Dell is adopting IOTA, it might be something to look at. The next one is one you've probably all heard of, Polkadot. The ticker is DOT. Polkadot had 15,976 commits in the last month. There's some major work going on DOT. And DOT is basically integrating, connecting all of the different blockchains together. It's going to play a fundamental role in the future of crypto. Next, we have Flow. The ticker is FLOW. Flow had 17,276 commits in the last month. And it really is a next generation push towards engaging with digital assets, from NFTs all the way through to interactive experiences. And they even partnered with NBA Top Shot, and they are at the forefront of NFT and blockchain gaming innovation. Now, the project with the second highest amount of developer activity is ICP, Internet Computer. It has 22,483 commits in the last month. There is only one blockchain with more developer activity than this one. And ICP is reimagining the fabric of the internet itself. It's enabling smart contracts at normal web speed. It's providing an environment where there is limitless internet. Think about the impact of that on social media, enterprise IT, and even finance. It's not just building a blockchain, it's actually trying to build a new internet. So recently, ICP had an integration with Bitcoin, and it basically allows smart contracts on ICP to hold, send, and receive Bitcoin without the need for bridges. This was only announced last year and significantly enhanced the utility that everyone could see of ICP, even among other blockchains. Now, before I get into the blockchain that has the most amount of commits and the highest level of developer activity, I want to urge you to subscribe to this channel to check out more as time goes on. And after weeks and weeks of effort of trying to solve a problem that everybody has that no one wants to talk about, I've done it. I've put together a system that allows people to be able to exit their crypto portfolio, or at least a portion, at optimal times based on your desires and needs. Forget about the idea of saying, let's see how my portfolio grows at the top of the market. We'll see how it goes at that point. No, we want to remove emotion. I've done the whole thing. I've set up a systemized approach to creating an exit strategy. I think it's the most valuable exit strategy course tutorial on the internet, and it's going to save you thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, just by a new way of thinking about exiting crypto. There are limited early bird spots available. It will be available on demand, or you can watch it live. There is a link in the description for you to register for that workshop. I've put tons of time into it. I know it's going to be amazing. I know you're going to love it. So back to the video. That last blockchain that has the most amount of commits is Cardano, ADA. And it had 24,073 commits over the course of the last month. Bearing in mind, number 7 on this list, Audius, had just under 10,000 commits. Cardano has 24,000, more than double the developer activity than even number 7 on this list. Now, if you don't know what Cardano is, it'd be hard to imagine, but it's basically a green and eco-friendly version of Ethereum. You can create apps, you can create smart contracts, but the focus truly is on being environmentally friendly. Now, in 2021, what was really interesting is that Cardano partnered with World Mobile, and that was to provide Zanzibar with affordable digital access to mobile phone systems. I think that just shows their desire to create a more inclusive global financial system. And for some reason, out of all of the cryptocurrencies and all of the developers in the world, Cardano has the most amount of activity. Does this mean that these assets are set to explode just by the sheer volume and numbers of developer activity? Well, we're going to have to find out. But if we're going to hedge our bets, and it's not in XRP, and it's not in the ISO related tokens, we should probably start looking at developer activity. That is what this list was. I hope it was valuable to you. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.